You think you're getting a hunting dog. A loyal, outdoorsy companion who loves fetch and smells like fresh air. What you actually get is a 60-pound shadow who follows you into the bathroom, rewires your furniture, and stares at you with the intensity of a Wall Street trader watching the market crash. German short-haired pointers are not what most people expect, and by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why. Let's count down the top 10 things that surprise new GSP owners the most. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 10. More than athletic. Most people research German short-haired pointers and walk away thinking, athletic dog needs exercise. Got it. What they don't account for is that this dog isn't just physically active. It's mentally wired in a way that makes a bored GSP an absolute nightmare to live with. We're talking chewed baseboards, excavated backyards, and trash cans emptied with surgical precision. These dogs weren't bred to run laps. They were bred to solve problems in the field. Physical exercise alone won't cut it. You need to challenge their mind daily, or they'll find their own entertainment. And trust me, you won't enjoy it. Number 9. Velcro dog syndrome. Here's something the breed brochures tend to gloss over. German short-haired pointers are extraordinarily emotionally needy. They don't just like being around you. They need to be around you. GSP owners have a nickname for it: Velcro dog. Your GSP will follow you from room to room, sleep on your feet, and watch you with an unblinking stare that's equal parts endearing and unsettling. If you work long hours or travel frequently, this becomes a real problem. Separation anxiety in GSPs is not a minor quirk. It can lead to destructive behavior and significant stress for the dog. Independence is not in their vocabulary. Number 8. Trainability has a catch. People often hear highly trainable and assume easy. That's not the whole story. Yes, German short-haired pointers are incredibly intelligent and capable of learning complex commands quickly. But that intelligence cuts both ways. A GSP that isn't challenged or properly guided will start training you instead. They figure out what gets a reaction, what gets a treat, and what gets them what they want, fast. Positive reinforcement works brilliantly with this breed, but inconsistency is your enemy. Miss a cue, let a bad habit slide once, and you'll be unraveling it for weeks. Smart dogs require smarter owners. Just something to keep in mind. Number 7. Hunting mode is always on. You don't have to be a hunter to own a GSP, but you do need to understand that their hunting instincts never clock out. That squirrel in your backyard? Gone. Your neighbor's cat? A moving target? A plastic bag blowing down the street? Full point stance. German short-haired pointers have a prey drive that's deeply embedded. It's not something you train away entirely. For families with small pets, this can create real tension. Off-leash parks require careful introductions. Even well-socialized GSPs can lock into chase mode without warning. It's not aggression, it's instinct. But the distinction doesn't matter much to your hamster. Number 6. Exercise needs are extreme. Let's be direct. Most people underestimate this. A 30-minute walk does not satisfy a German short-haired pointer. These dogs were built for full days in the field, covering miles of terrain, working at pace, engaging both nose and legs simultaneously. A properly exercised GSP needs at least 1.5 to 2 hours of vigorous activity daily. We're talking running, swimming, fetch with serious distance, or structured dog sports. Families who adopt GSPs imagining leisurely evening strolls often find themselves overwhelmed within weeks. The good news? If you can meet that need, you get one of the most rewarding, attentive, and deeply bonded dogs imaginable. The threshold is high, but the reward matches it. Number 5. Family life is complicated. German short-haired pointers can be wonderful family dogs, but with a few important asterisks. Their enthusiasm and energy make them a tricky match for very young children. A GSP running at full speed in a living room can easily knock over a toddler without meaning any harm. Their excitement translates into jumping, bumping, and general chaos that requires management, not just training. That said, Older kids who love outdoor adventures? A GSP will become their best friend for life. The breed thrives with active families who involve them in everything. They don't do well as backyard dogs or background pets. They want in, all the way in. Number 4. Intelligence has consequences. We touched on this earlier, but it deserves its own spotlight. German short-haired pointers aren't just smart, they're problem-solving smart. There's a documented difference between a dog that learns commands and a dog that actively figures things out. GSPs do both. Owners have reported them learning to open lever-style door handles, figuring out child-proof latches, and mapping the exact timing of their owner's daily routines. This is impressive until it's inconvenient. And then it's very inconvenient. Crate training, consistent boundaries, and regular mental stimulation aren't optional luxuries for this breed. They're survival tools. Underestimate a GSP's intelligence, and it will outsmart you in your own home. Number 3. Emotional depth is real. People often adopt working breeds expecting a certain stoicism. German short-haired pointers are not stoic. They are emotionally expressive, deeply sensitive, and surprisingly tuned in to the moods of their people. Had a rough day? Your GSP knows before you say a word. Raised your voice during a stressful moment? They'll carry that tension for hours. This emotional attunement makes them extraordinary companions. But it also means they don't respond well to harsh correction, frustration-based training, or chaotic household environments. They absorb the emotional temperature of their home. The happiest, most well-behaved GSPs almost always come from calm, consistent, emotionally stable households. That's not a coincidence. Number 2. Adolescence will test you. Brace yourself for this one. The GSP puppy phase is a preview. Adolescence, roughly between 8 months and 2 years, is the main event. This is when every instinct peaks, impulse control is at its lowest, and every boundary you've established gets stress-tested. GSPs in adolescence have sent experienced dog owners to the edge. Energy spikes, selective hearing returns, destructive behaviors resurface. Owners who aren't prepared describe it as living with a furry tornado. The key is to hold firm, stay consistent, and remember that on the other side of adolescence is one of the most incredible dogs you'll ever share your life with. It's a phase, a long, exhausting, deeply humbling phase, but a phase. Number 1. They change you. Here's the truth nobody tells you before you bring home a German short-haired pointer. The dog doesn't adapt to your life. You adapt around theirs. You start hiking trails you never knew existed. You restructure your schedule around exercise windows. You make friends at dog parks and swap training tips like trading cards. You cancel plans that would leave your dog alone too long. And at some point, without realizing it, you become a different kind of person. More active, more patient, more attuned. That's the real surprise. You thought you were getting a dog. You got something closer to a life overhaul. German short-haired pointers are extraordinary, but they are not beginner dogs, lap dogs, or low-maintenance dogs. They are emotionally complex, relentlessly energetic, breathtakingly intelligent, and fiercely loyal. They will challenge you in ways you didn't see coming and reward you in ways you'll never forget. If you went into this video thinking GSPs were just sporty hunting dogs, now you know better. If you found this helpful, drop a comment with your GSP story, hit that like button, and subscribe, because there's a lot more where this came from.